How Classic Plus can become something that we're all asking for. Blizzard needs to succeed on it. I hope so too. We'll check out what this is all about. I mean, this is not even the official video. This is a fan-made video. But fan-made videos are good because dreams become into reality once it's pushed far enough and beyond. Okay, should we start now, guys? Are you guys all seated? Grab your seats, grab your popcorns, grab your water. We're about to start right now, ladies and gentlemen. What exactly is Classic Plus?
Remember that feeling when you first started playing World of Warcraft? You'd race home from school, throw your backpack on your bed, get on the computer, sit down, and...
I do remember. Wow.
Cinema. Now, regardless of when you started playing, we've all had that feeling of not knowing what's over that mountain, what challenge is next, what piece of gear may be the next big upgrade that some random boss in a dungeon just so happened to drop. The mystery of what was out there kept you firmly locked in, wondering what was next. And I think, or hope so at least, that Classic Plus can give us that feeling back.
Bro, I could talk about Classic Plus every day for the next 2 years. I could do it.
国服目前还没有任何关于 Plus 的这个讨论，所以说有没有现在还不清楚。
I love Classic, and I want the best version of Classic WoW.
Let me move myself real fast.
To be available for the people that want to play it forever.
I want there to be a resource for Blizzard to be like, okay, look, maybe a ton of people want this or a ton of people don't.
Hey guys, I'm Jordy, and Classic Plus, as of this video's release, hasn't officially been announced yet, but thankfully, it does look like we're gonna get it. Blizzard has dropped hint after hint
100%.
after hint that they're
100%.
working on something big, with the community frothing at the mouth to figure out exactly what that is.
所以暴雪能不能智能起来？现在立刻马上把 Plus 2.0给我端上来！
So yes, we all want
I
it.
didn't know it was that popular in China still. I thought after the shutdown, they hated WoW, but man, they still love WoW over there.
But the question I kept running into as I started thinking about a series about Classic Plus, what exactly is Classic Plus? No, really, I'm asking you, person watching this video, what is Classic Plus to you? Okay, think about your answer because we'll come back to you in a sec, but since this is my YouTube video, stay with me here.
Okay.
When I started asking myself that question, I ended up having many conversations with a very good friend of mine, Only.
Hey, I'm Only.
Hello.
I created the Hardcore All-Stars tournament where Blizzard announced official hardcore servers.
Yeah, I just want to own the server. That's what I want to do.
Nerd!
I met Jordy way back in unofficial Hardcore WoW when he killed my priest in Strat UD. Thank you.
Shackle the guardrail if it gets you.
Yeah, I will. The diamonds.
LOS all the way behind this wall. We should LOS all the way behind the wall.
I'm netted. You'll help me get out.
What is that sound
I really
effect?
need help.
Oh no.
Healing.
Dude. Look, I still argue that wasn't my fault. So, Only and I kept talking about what we'd want to see in Classic Plus, but we kept bumping into a few issues. First, why should anyone care what one person thinks Classic Plus should be? Sure, we've got a bunch of ideas, we've got our non-negotiables and dreams for what this game could be, but we're not alone in that.
I wanted to be able to flesh out our ideas because talking about things and thinking about things is a good way to figure out what we actually want.
If they ever do Classic Plus, I would love to see them do it like in the spirit of Classic.
You know what I would like to see in Classic Plus?
Classic Plus.
Classic Plus.
Classic Plus.
Classic Plus.
There's no discussion about Classic Plus. I mean, there is, but like there's no...
Dude, Soda looks fucked up here. This guy's probably smoking so much weed.
Classic Plus. I mean, there is, but like there's no real hub.
And Soda is right. There isn't. Old School RuneScape has this great polling system. Jagex asks the community if they should do some new feature or...
Dude, they are so connected with their creators. I told you guys yesterday, their CEO knows all of us. He watches all of our content. They all talk about us. It's fucking crazy. I got a handwritten letter from them. When Blizzard sends me stuff, it's just a copy paste, which I'm still thankful for, right? But the fact that they write a handwritten letter with errors and scribble marks just shows me so much passion and how connected they are. Look at this. This is a handwritten letter, guys. And there's like squiggly lines, there's fucking pencil holes. Like, that's awesome, man. It's so cool.
Make some new change.
They know that the creators push out the content and inspire others to have fun or make communities and join in and have fun. So they stay connected with the creators, and they also get like feedbacks from us of what they want to see in future and everything like that. I'm like, wow. They're very, very good with their community. And Blizzard is too, and they've been a lot better ever since the Shadowland layout system. Their new community manager, Alex, he's been freaking amazing, man. The Lugia Blaster, he's awesome, so shout outs to him. However, Jagex is still on edge with their creators. It's insane how it is. Flying out like 70 creators that know about they don't even have to be RuneScape creators. Like if they just stay in touch with them, they just contact them, stay in shape with them. It's freaking cool, man. Anyways,
in the community votes on whether or not they want that thing to happen. But Blizzard isn't going to do that. They're either too proud or too scared to offer up the reins of what Classic Plus might be to the community.
But we care a lot about this game, and while the developers have their reasons for doing what they're doing, we wanted to take matters into our own hands and figure that out ourselves. What do we, as the community, think Classic Plus should be?
I do think after Season of Discovery, they have a better idea of what players want and like and dislike. Like Incursions, we were very vocal and loud about not liking it. As well as the end of Season of Discovery, it felt super fleshed out. Anyone that played Scarlet Enclave, 90% of the people I spoke with, they all liked it and they miss it. It was good. They did something right there. So they have the idea. I think these videos that Jordy pushes out, these are amazing. This is very good for the community and for Blizzard because everybody has ideas and everybody wants to talk about it. And him making a survey will bring out what we want, and Blizzard can narrow it down on this. So big shout outs to Jordy for making this video. It's awesome because making a video takes a lot of work. I was actually thinking about making something like this too, but I stream all the time. I'm like, heck no, I can't. I don't have time.
So we took the initiative and we made it happen. Introducing the entirely fan-made, with no input from Daddy B whatsoever, WoW Classic.plus, a place where we've gone through everything that we could think of to ask you, Intrepid Adventurer, what you want to see.
So right now you can head over to the website and start taking some surveys. An intro survey followed by a bunch of smaller ones covering every aspect of the game we could think of, from zones to PvP to raids and even itemization. Once you're done, you'll be able to see how your answers stacked up with the rest of the community.
And after that, we want to invite you to offer up your big ideas and pitches on the content pages. Now, each of these is built around creating a space for you to give your best ideas up to the community, where people can then vote up or down, and soon enough, the best ideas will be known.
Now, speaking of best ideas, in my
You know what I'm worried about? I know for a fact Blizzard is already working on Classic Plus. They're gonna watch this video or look at the survey and they're gonna like, shit, we gotta go back and fix all of these guys. Shit, we need to turn the tables and ties. Dude, they should have just asked the community what we'd like to see. I feel like they were just working on it already, you know? They are 100%, by the way. They are. Because that's the biggest thing they're gonna announce this BlizzCon.
Previous life, I wrote television, so narrative is super important to me to keep me grounded in the reason I'm doing something. And to me, Classic Plus doesn't really make any sense. Why would the game just change from what it became to what we want to see? And then it hit me. Did you guys know that Doomlord Kazakh is actually the guy who opened the dark portal to Outland that enabled TBC? Now, imagine with me, if you will.
I have waited far too long for my revenge.
Oh shit.
Now, the shadow of the Legion falls over this world. It is only a matter of time until all of your failed creation
That portal looks sick.
is undone.
Can't open the door, I need to close that.
Contempt wretch.
Man, they're actually showing the whole fight. This is kind of sick. I thought it was gonna stop soon.
I'm out of range.
Oh shit, that guy's a hero!
Not again. Not again.
Retail models.
King's honor, friend.
It's over at the Dark Pulse Destroyer, so what now?
Okay, so that's what I want to see that explains why we're getting Classic Plus, at least narratively.
The Dark Portal is destroyed during Kazac's attempt to open it to Outland, changing the future
Oh,
of
he's giving the story.
Azeroth forever. And right here, we've pitched everything that you just saw on the website. And for subsequent videos, the most upvoted or community favorite ideas that you, yes you, person watching this video, submit could be selected to be fully animated into something like you just saw, featured alongside a bunch of other content that people have pitched.
Oh, that would be sick.
And look, maybe you think this idea sucks, or you're a glorious red shirt guy and can explain in the lore why none of that Kazakh idea makes any sense. So come tell us, up or downvote it. Then head over to the Discord where we built a
I bet
place
some
to
of you guys
house
watching
all
right now have
discussion,
some
and
crazy
together
ideas.
we can figure this out. And to top it all off, as you interact with the website, your rank on the Discord goes up. Pretty cool.
So, complete the surveys, check out and vote on other people's ideas to help filter out the good ideas from the bad, and maybe even pitch an idea of your own.
And to help get that process started, we've posted all our content ideas that you can react to and use as your starting point. From a whole
People
phase
calling it-
schedule
that was
to
not AI, guys.
new talent trees that keep classes unique while removing clunkiness.
I'm a certified rot maxer. I know an AI. When I see an AI, that was an AI.
We'll talk about all of that soon, but for now, you can go to the website and check it all out.
Oh, and we translated the entire website to Chinese for them as well.
Wow, they did that for me, guys. But I'm not Chinese, I'm Korean. Where's the Korean one? What the fuck?
Playing this too, and their
What
voice
the
should
fuck?
be heard.
你们
What
这群狼鬼没尝过
the
资方局的铁拳吗？还有那个运营反馈速度 ，Look my eyes，多向煤火学习。
Because let's face it, Classic WoW isn't Blizzard's game anymore. It's ours. So let's act like it. Strap in, because we're about to find out what Classic Plus really means. Welcome to the Classic Plus project.
You know what's crazy? Not, like, I'm thinking about it. Classic WoW to TVC to Wrath was basically Classic Plus, guys. But over the years, they've added new abilities in every expansion to put like a new thing and new like projects in. That's why we had Island Expedition, Tower of Torghast, Warfronts. Like they always try to add something new to it. And it got blown out of proportion where they should just focus on PvP and raiding content. Yeah, the side stuff was nice, but they lost track of that. That being said, I think Retail WoW is still killing it. You know, it's one of the most popular games out there. However, now that classic players love it so much, they want to just stick with the classic style and not evolve too much or too much changes. I think for me, mainly what I want in Classic Plus is replayability. And you might have heard me speak about it a lot, which is old school RuneScape, where I got to return to old school RuneScape in 2026 or 2025, and I got to re-experience almost everything. Yes, there are different ways to level up faster, but I could still experience every single quest the same way, right? Going into the same step of Barrows, Moon Gear, CG, etc. And I think that's really cool. And in Classic Plus, we could do that. But in Retail WoW, if you go back and try to do the older content, it's unnoticeable. Like, the world has changed so much in Retail WoW. And Classic WoW is amazing for a game that came in 2004. However, playing it now, we want a little bit more. So we want them to add tiny bit of stuff with not too much change, but replayability, like I said. And that's what I want in Classic Plus.
Haven't we done this before?
After Classic Plus comes out, we're gonna have like 10 WoW versions. It's gonna be cool, huh?
Huh? Me not that kind of orc. What?
Yeah. Oh my god, I remember. We actually came here in Season of Discovery. It was cool. I wonder how people will feel about the Blood Elves. I would not want Blood Elves to stay that ugly. It's so ugly. Yeah, I'll link the video in the chat, and I have the website too. Here you guys go. Alright, let's do this. Check the survey. Classic Plus Introduction Survey. Hey there! Thanks for taking the time to do our Classic Plus Intro Survey. We think this will be a great place to get the community initial thoughts on features and ideas you've all been discussing. We'll be asking you some questions. Okay. Which faction do you usually play? For the Horde, for the Alliance, I switch between both faction. Which is Biz for Raid / Arena this expansion? Oh, they're already talking about Arena. I feel like Arena is a very dangerous slope there. Balancing PvP is very stressful. PvP devs have it the hardest in any game, I feel like. They have the biggest crybabies, and I used to be one of them. I like both factions. When I was younger, I was for the Alliance. I tried Horde out. Horde is very cool. But in WoW right now, there are people that only play Horde or only Alliance. It's crazy how tribalistic they become. Which race would you consider to be your main? I like Night Elf. Whatever is best for what I'm doing. Honestly, yeah. Wait, I get to checkmark all of them? Oh! Okay, I won't do that. I'm gonna just do these two. I like Human, Night Elf. I love Undead. Orc is alright. Gnome is alright. Do I just choose? Okay, I'll choose top 3. This is my top 3 races. What class do you consider your main? Rogue, Paladin. I like Warrior a lot. I know if I choose Mage, you guys think I'm being a troll, but I used to be a Mage main back then, guys. If you watch my first video, if you go to my YouTube channel, put the oldest, switch it around, you'll see my Mage videos. His name was Moses, and I used to only do 1 versus 5+. I used to wreck people every time. I am 66 years old. How often do you play WoW? Each week. Oh man. Each week. I play a lot. I play a lot of WoW. Okay, I was just kidding. Boom. Which is your experience with various iteration of Classic? Vanilla. Check all apply. 2004 OG gang. Season Mastery sucked ass. Only expansion beyond vanilla. 2019 I played. Season Discovery I played. Classic Anniversary I played. I played a little bit of private servers back then. What role do you usually play? Various. What regions do you come from? China. No, I'm Korean, guys. Oh, I play on NA though. Which of the following label describes you? Choose as many as you feel accurate. Leveler, raider, casual, PvPer, completionist. That's about it. How likely are you to play Classic? I feel like this will be really low because nobody farms Transmog in Classic. Nobody. What Transmog? We don't even have Transmog. Extremely skeptical about the project, so it depends. I'll play, but who knows for how long. I can't wait to log in. Would you pay a box fee for Classic Plus? How much? $60. Honestly, if Classic Plus is good, yes, I will buy a fucking box so I can put it in the back of my wall and have it forever and give it to my children and say, this is how I got your house, my sons. $40? How much was a WoW box a long time ago? $40? Or was it $60? I don't remember. What was the original, guys? It was $40? I would not mind buying a box, but I want a physical box, like a physical box. Nowadays, everyone's like, oh, we have an online sale. It's going to be $70, by the way. You don't even get a physical copy or a nice little token and the cereal box and the little toy or the CD. You get nothing. You just get a fucking online shit. I want the box. I want the physical box to come to my house. I paid $70 for it. I want the physical copy, man. I want to hold it. I want this. I like these, chat. I like these. We need to bring it back. We need to bring this shit back. On the scale of 1 to 10, how would you feel about Classic Plus if they changed how the game looked via Unreal Engine? I'm gonna be that guy, chat. I like Classic WoW. I do. I think the graphic itself is amazing. But fucking, we're at 2026. I want to look at some good graphic versions of WoW. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna put 10, guys. I want my GPU crying. I want it crying. And some of you guys might say like, oh, we don't have good computers. Shut your bitch ass up. When I was younger, guys, I played on this. I played on a square, big ass monitor, big ass computer, because I could not afford one, okay? And you know what? When I went to some part of Stormwinds or Ironforge, my screen would have black bars showing up because my graphic card was so bad. And you know what? My stepdad bought me a graphic card. We tried to put it in. We could not put it in this computer, so we had to refund it. And I was like, I finally had the chance to upgrade, but it wouldn't fucking fit in this computer, man. Yeah. You could play on the shittiest computers. You can put in the lowest graphic and play. I would like some good graphic. And you know what? To put the cherry on the top, boink, they should have a check mark where you could turn it off to play the original version. You know what I mean? Kind of like how Mop did it. Was it Mop or Draenor? Maybe it was Draenor. There was a check button to play as the new graphic or the old graphic. I liked that. As a player that likes both classic and retail, I want some modern I'm not saying make it realistic. I still like the cartoony, like toon style of the graphic. But I like, you know, I wanna look at some cool graphic. Because whenever I play non-World of Warcraft, I'm like, oh my god. These games, these graphics are so good. And then I'm over here counting pixels in WoW, like 1, 2, 3. Those are 5 pixels in my mount. Modern WoW character models. Like I said, put a check mark. Put a check mark where you could turn it off to play the old one or the new one. I like, you know what I'm saying. Modern WoW character animations. Okay, it depends. It depends. I know there's like bouncing dwarves are rad. Okay, bro, these guys are haters. Okay, here's the thing. There's a difference on it. I like good graphics, but I don't want it to be like retail where there's fucking splish splash applesauce everywhere in the game where you don't know what the fuck is happening. I like classic because it's simple and all the boomers, all the gamers can follow along what's happening because everyone doesn't have all these heroic, magical, crazy spells, right? Kind of like Final Fantasy 14. If you play Final Fantasy 14 without nerfing the graphics, dude, your monitor is just fucking flashbang left and right. That's not what I'm asking for here. That's not what I'm asking for. It's just a different gameplay. But I would like cooler looking abilities, yes. Modern WoW UI, player and target frame, action bar, nameplate, etc. Oh man, I'm probably gonna be the only one doing these and I might get hate for it, but fuck it, man. I stand by it. I talked about it with the edit mode. Yes, I fucking hated it with the passion, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to be a boomer anymore. I want to get used to this. I learned the new system and I've, you know, come to accept that it's actually not that bad. The only thing that I don't like right now is the rate frames where it's bugged out. However, the new edit thing is very annoying. Yes, we have to get used to the new one and old people hate learning new things, but it's actually quite nice if you get used to it. Trust me, I fucking hated it. I complain every time on stream, but I got used to it. And now I'm utilizing it to my full potential and my UI looks pretty damn nice now. How would you like Blizzard to handle the server rollout? Wait, before I move on, because people might get some misunderstanding information here. If they do it right, this will look great. But people will say, knowing Blizzard, they're not going to do it correctly, right? And you're right, they might fuck it up. But I would rather give them the benefit of the doubt that they will do their best to make it the best. So, yes. That being said, there should be an option to have the old UI or the new UI, right? How would you like Blizzard to handle the server rollout? Many server at launch, some PvE, PvE, a couple RP like vanilla launch. Consider server lists like SOD with, okay, 1 mega PvP server enforced. I would like 1 mega server if it was able to hold all these players. However, I don't think they could have 1 mega server. Only 1 mega server PvP that lets players opt in. Here's what I want. Ready? This is my Classic Plus version. I would like it to be like old school RuneScape where you could just go to any server you want. You could go to a PvP server, you could go to a PvE server, you could just hop around everywhere. I think that's awesome. And I want to push it even further. I feel like we should be able to go to NA server and EU server anywhere we want and play with any friends online we want. It's fucking 2026. Why do I only get to play with NA players, man? And why do I need a separate account to play EU? It's because of money. These greedy bastards, they want to just make more money and they want you to have 2 accounts and they're just holding it, you know? They don't know how to split the money in between. But you know what? Old school RuneScape does it where you could fucking go to Germany server, UK server, NA server, East server. Like you could play with anyone in that game. It's so cool. I wish WoW would have that because I want to play with EU boys. I used to play EU and NA. I have both, guys. But I don't want to have all of these. You know what I mean? EU and NA, like, and then the reputation is like separate too. So I would have to get reputation from NA and EU server. It's like, I don't want to be doing all of that. You know what I mean? I feel like we should have the option to switch around. And Mr. K, thank you for the 5. You get to so appreciate it, my man. How would you feel if Classic Plus had element of seasonal server resetting every couple years? No. No. I like keeping my progression. I think we play an MMO, and I know for a fact players like Shroud, they love FPS games, but they like MMOs because MMOs, you have like this feel of growth. And let me add on to it. League of Legends too. League of Legends, You farm, you KS, you CS, and you buy your gear, right? But once the game is over, you lose all of that. And it doesn't feel good. Where in MMOs, if you grind for it, kill the bosses, get the achievement, you get to hold that forever. And I would love to hold that off forever and have everything. You know what I mean? I want that. I like that. Here's what I do think they should do. And I'm going to borrow all these ideas from old school RuneScape because they're doing it correct there. They do these leagues or deadman modes or these seasonal things, but it's not season. It's kind of like how Blizzard does. What is that thing called? Plunder Storm. They do like these month events or 3 months events. If they want to do like a little fun seasonal thing, they should just make it a fun where you level up 2 times faster. Maybe there's some new bosses. And by dropping those like 2 month, 3 month content that you could play, they should just borrow ideas of what players liked and add it to the new game, to the Classic Plus. So these will be like the little testing they do, right? Kind of like remix, yes. Kind of like the remix. How would you feel about layers in Classic? Now, this is a dangerous thing. I know that players like layers. Some players hate layers. I have so many equations in my brain. So many equations right now. If we could all be on the same layer, that would be amazing. I like seeing everyone in Azeroth. I like walking around, seeing all my friends, all the familiar names that I like, right? That being said, if I'm doing a quest and there's 50 baboons that don't know how to group up and they're all just stealing tags, yes, I do want to fucking lair and get the hell out of there and get the kill and move on. I don't want to wait 10 hours because I know you guys have families, you guys have jobs, you guys might be a gamer that likes playing every other game, but you don't want to wait 50 hours. So you would like to lair and get that kill, right? This is a tricky one, like a really tricky. In WoW, lair is kind of on the fence. RuneScape, you could just switch any lair anytime, no cooldown. And you can farm as many mobs as you want. And they don't have a problem there. It actually works super well. So if they were to do that in Classic Plus, I don't know. I don't know what the answer for this one is. This is a really tricky one, I will say. What do you guys think? Do you guys like layers or not like layers? There's 2 things I talked about, though, that is very important, right? Very important. Number 1, we want to see everyone. But number 2, we don't want to wait to kill a mob and tag. It fucking sucks. I think I would rather have layers, but I would also like to be able to hop layers where I could see my friends and not have a 10-minute cooldown. But I guess people could say we're abusing it. Are we, though? It's a brutal... Yeah, it is a brutal question. Need layers, unfortunately. The lag would be insane without the layer. Okay. So layers are fine, is what the chat is coming down to. What the community is coming down to. You either need them or hyper spawns. I don't like hyper spawns. It kind of kills my immersion for some reason. They're necessarily? Okay, they're necessary. Like I said, old school RuneScape layering is fantastic. Should the size of raid be reduced? Fuck yeah, I should. Fuck 40. All my homies hate 40. Are you kidding me, man? Fuck 40, man. Fuck 40. No, keep the rate. If you do this, you're a psychopath. You're a psychopath. Tell me you're a psychopath without telling me you're a psychopath. I'm looking for 5 more. Oh, 2 people left. Oh, James can't come today. I need to fill. Oh, Matthew can't come too. Oh my God, I need to fill. My ship is sinking. 40 people is so fucking much to schedule in a week. Holy shit. The 40 people is too much. It's too many people. Too many people. And then guess what? We do next. 40 people. 2 pieces of loot drops. 2! And you gotta roll that out with 40 people. What the fuck are you doing? Are you crazy out of your mind? Reduce the size, but implement flex raid. We can bring more. Reduce required raid size to 20 and allow me to bring more than 20 if I want, like SOD. You know what? Let's go with that. In SOD it worked. In SOD it worked. In SOD it worked. Ompi's a psychopath then? Ompi's a little bit freaky for sure. He's a little bit freaky for sure. Should Dungeon Finder be implemented? No, yes, but only to group. It's still up to you. Here's what I'm gonna say. Do it like it's done in modern WoW, auto grouping and teleporting inside. No, I like this one. But only to group you is still up. People that say no are stupid. Because all I remember from hashtag no change idiots, they're like, don't add this. Don't add this. We don't want this. We don't want this. Guess what? They all go to fucking Curse. And they download this shit called little, I forgot what, bulletin board or something? Or LFG add-on. And they're all in that. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? We could have just got this. And you guys are all just downloading this add-on to find group. It's stupid, man. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. I don't see why this would be a problem, guys. Why would this be a problem? Any good arguments? You're putting your group up. You get to see who whispers you and you invite them. It's just a nicer way. It's cleaner. I think it's good to add. Not everyone's a fucking streamer who could say, hey guys, I need 5 guys, come in. Or not everyone's like an insane raid leader that has every pool to be able to say, hey, I need a tank, can anyone come? Like, not everyone could do that. Having this up is good. This is for the people, guys, okay? I used to be a pleb. I know what it feels like to be a pleb, guys. Should summoning stones outside of dungeon and raids be implemented? Yes. Only the losers that want 5 gold tip will say no. This is good, man. We can't find a warlock every time. It's not possible. It's not possible. Should there be heroic dungeons? No, maybe depends on how they... I think it depends on how they implement it. I'll explain. It's a dangerous slope they could go on where it could become like Mythic Plus and they will be... Like, WoW is already gatekeepy. Actually, I shouldn't say WoW. Every single game in the world right now is gatekeepy. Okay? Even Clash Royale. When they make a guild, they only want good players, right? If they introduce heroic dungeons and they make it extremely hard, it will be even more gatekeepy. And I think that might be bad for the game. The part of why Classic is so good is because not everyone has to be good and they could still get rank 14. Not everyone has to be good and they could still get full nax. Where in retail WoW, only the good players get the good stuff. And that's how it should be. You should be a good player and put in time and you achieve the greatness, right? However, that makes it where the bad players don't want to play anymore. And that's bad for the game. We want more players, right? It could be a mixture of they could teach the players how to get better at it, and it will definitely be up to them. But I think it just depends on the degree of how they implement it. For me, that's how they see. That's how I see it. They can just play not heroics. They totally can, but if they don't, they're gonna get bullied. It's kind of like retail, where there might be dad gamers that only... I shouldn't just say dad, like students that go to school or have a job, and they can only go up to heroic. Like Mythic will be time sink for them, right? However, that makes it where all these Mythic players start bullying the heroic players. And they're like, oh, this guy's a loser. He can lead. It's a thing in RuneScape too, where if you only have Fire Cape, they call you a cheese caper and they bully the shit out of you, right? And that is really bad for the game, where the non-heroic or non-mythic players, they just quit because they're like, fuck, I can't do this anymore. I need to play a different game, right? It's a real thing. Like, I've lived in fucking World of Warcraft. I know what happens, right? Even FF, like every game. That's why I mentioned it, right? It really depends on how they implement it. Yeah. I do think it should be just one difficulty for raids, though. I really do. I think making multiple modes might be kind of difficult. The Season of Discovery approach was good though, where you could bring more people. It's a 20-man, but you could bring more people if you need help. That's not bad. They just have to share loot, right? Should there be rated PvE and Classic, Mythic, Mage Tower, Prestige, level 60? I think they should have achievements 1000%. I know people will say, hey, you need this achievement to join this BWL. And some people might say, that's gatekeeping, something you're talking about. Yes, it is. But what did I say here? I said it shouldn't be too hard for where dad gamers get to beat it. Classic, that's the point where everybody gets to do everything, right? I want everybody to have fun and be able to do the content, basically, right? And them having the achievements will make it where players have something to do, something to chew on, and something to achieve and share to their friends. And that's awesome, man. It's really, really cool to have all these achievements. As well as, I'm going to defend the people that ask people to link the achievements because they don't want to waste time. They want people that already cleared it and they're asking for achievements so they can bring them in and get the job done fast, right? It's the reason why it exists. Now, somebody could get boosted and get the achievement, but I'd like to say most of the people earn it. Most of the people, right? Rated PvE content though. So this is, I just added the achievement. I like Mage Tower. Prestige leveling depends. Level 60 rating slash. I think leaderboards are good. I think this is a bad question. You just shoved in everything in here. These should be all separate. I mean, I would do it personally, right? I don't know if it'll be good for the game. I don't like how everything is squished in here. Like, this is so fucking... I want this, I want this, I want this. And I don't know what that is. But I don't know if I want that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do no opinion. Fuck, man. What is this? I'm gonna do yes, because I want everything except for that. I could do that, but I'm a streamer, you know? Fuck. Should there be a rated PvP and Classic, rated Battleground Arena, dueling leaderboard, etc.? Fuck, dude. Okay, this website, them putting this together, big shout outs. They did an incredible job that nobody wants to do putting this together. But at the same time, I feel like this should be separate. Dueling leaderboard, arenas and rated Battleground, these are completely different things. Here's what I'll say. I'll like this. However, I don't know if they're going to do a good job with it. If we saw Season of Discovery, I praise Season of Discovery, right? There was a moment in Molten Core and Sunken Temple where I hated it. But towards the end, I loved it. That being said, I do think Season of Discovery PvE was dog shit. And if they're going to go to Classic Plus with that dog shit balancing of PvP, I would rather not have this because it would leave a terrible taste. So I'm going to say no. I want that, but I don't like how both of these are like all stacked. Should AoE looting be implemented? I don't see why not. You're going to go and loot one by one. You're just wasting time. Fuck it. Let them AoE loot. What feature of World Buff would you want to see in Classic Plus? Check all if it applies. No World Buff ever. World Buff don't belong in raids. World Buff don't belong in raid. I'll explain why. Chrono Boon, non-dispensable alternate sources, weaker World Buff, more verifier. Okay. I think World Buff is super fun and it's really fun to parse. And if you have it, you feel like a fucking god. You're like a Superman blasting fucking through everything, right? However, if they keep in the World Buffs, and there's many World Buffs you could grab, the longer the Classic WoW, Classic Plus goes, there will be more world buffs. And if we have too many world buffs, when we go prog raids and they balance the game around players having raid buffs, I don't like that. Because when we do Nax with raid buff and without raid buff, it makes a huge difference. If you're a raider, you know what I'm talking about. Like, the difference is too big and it's not balanced. I don't want them to balance the game around world buff is what I'm trying to get at. And it gets very toxic where when you wipe and lose your world buff, I wanted to say names so bad. They get so bitchy and they're unhappy the whole raid and they troll. It's an unhappy experience. And I'll say myself too, I'm trying to parse our fucking tank positions incorrectly. We all die. Everyone's miserable and pissed the whole day. Raid buff is fun. And some people are going to be like, oh, you should just get good. Motherfucker, there was a guy that posted on Twitter saying Pilaf was crashing out, losing all his world buff. And he's like, this is how you really raid, guys. I'll show you how to do it. And he links his stream and he dies to the first boss and he's fucking crying about it. It's like, bro, everybody dies with world buff at some point and they bitch about it, right? That being said, I go back to the main point, okay? I don't want raids to be balanced around world buffs, okay? That's what I don't want. This is a similar thing where Retail WoW doesn't have world buff, but they had weak auras and add-ons, and the raids were being designed knowing that players have add-ons. So they made it incredibly hard where you have to have add-ons, and it's like, you don't want to be designing a game around add-on. You don't want to be designing a game around world buff. You know what I mean? You don't want to shape a raid into that. It's not going to be fun then. It won't be. I think world buff should just be for the world.
World buffs are for suckers anyway.
For players that want to level up, etc., right? How would you feel if Classic Plus trimmed the capabilities of add-ons and weak aura? I'd be happy to see them go. As a person that loves add-ons as well, and I always say this, a clear point, ready? If you don't use add-ons, you're putting yourself into a disadvantage. So you should use add-ons if it's allowed, and everybody should use it. You have the choice to use it or not. And I used to be a hater of the add-on. But ever since I learned about Arena, where everyone can track all my cooldown, I'm like, what the fuck? Everyone has this. I need to get it too. They get to track all my cooldown. I want to track theirs too. Why would I not have it? So I get it. But if they're not allowed at all, I would rather have that. I do think add-on, it becomes too far and it becomes too strong where it's almost like cheating. And I think everybody knows the truth. It's too strong sometimes, right? It's too strong. For the ones where you can move around UI and change things to see better, fine. But some of them are just too much. Some of them are too much. I want to download a game and just play the game for how the game is made. It shouldn't be like, oh, hey, you need to go download this and that and that and that and that and that. If you're a new player, you'll be like, what the fuck? I don't want to play anymore. Because I did that in high school where I invited all my friends and I'm like, hey, you need to download this and this and this and this and this and this. And they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Should mount requirements be lowered? No, keep mouse the same level requirement. Yes, I think they should have put some levels. Here's what I'll say. I think maybe making it level 35 would be kind of nice. I think getting it at level 20 is like, shut your ass up, you privileged bitch ass, right? I think 35 is okay because I don't want everybody to walk for the rest of their life until 40. I think it is pretty damn long. I think like 35 is good number. 35 is good number. Yeah. But since there's no options, I'm going to just say keep them out same level requirement. It does feel really nice when you get 40 and you're like, oh, I can finally get my mount and not walk around like a Peziante, right? But I say level 35 because this bitch-ass hunters in the chat right now and these bitch-ass druids, they get travel form and aspect of the cheetah and they don't fucking care. But for the Peziantes that have to walk for the rest of their life until 40, yes, I do think they should get it at 35. I think 40 is a little bit too far, but 20 is too early. I think 35 is fine. Yeah. I'll say that. And I could agree with you guys and say 40 because I could get to 40 fast, right? I'm saying this for the people, guys. I'm thinking about the community. I'm thinking about you guys, the hard workers, the construction workers, the chefs, the military people. I speak for you guys, okay? I could say get mount at 60. I don't care, but I'm saying it for you guys because I don't want you to be Peziantes walking around all day. All right? Should flying mounts be implemented? No. I think I love the idea of flying mount, but flying mount is too powerful. You're giving monkeys like machine guns at that point. Should guild banks be implemented? Yes. I'm going to say yes because there's too many bad boys, too many bad leaders where they're like, yeah, I got an alt and all the bank stuff will go in my alt. And you can't see any of that. You don't know what they do with the money, right? But if you have a guild bank, it's public, there's logs, you can see everything. You need a guild bank. Yes, it's fair for the community, for the people. Should Classic Plus have achievements? Yes, 1000%. Should I get into this? I say yes. There are some toxic aspects, but everything comes with chaos. If you add something, there's always people with voices, right? But I think achievements are nice because it, number one, shows what you've achieved and you can share with your friends. And, you know, we like sharing things to one another. But another thing I really like, we're going to borrow Old School RuneScape again. Old School RuneScape has these like clogs, items you get, diaries, and man, it just makes it where you have so much more content and you try to farm these achievements or do these hard challenges. And I like that. I like hard challenges. If I could go kill a monster solo and I get an achievement for it, yes, I want to do that. I want to see how far I could go in the skills I have for the World of Warcraft, right? It's fun. People like pushing for things. That's why we have so much crazy technology these days, because people push it super far and want to achieve new things, right? I think achievements are good. I like seeing players share clips of what they've done or how they killed this boss. It's really cool, man. I like it. It's good. The glory, yes, for the glory. Should reputation be streamlined, made easier to level? Reputation be streamlined, made easier to level. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Streamline, what does that mean? Streamlined, made easier to level. I would like it account wide. If I've spent like a month grinding fur balls to get my medicine pouch, I would like to have it on all my characters. I don't like doing that on all my characters like I did in Classic 2019. If there's a 100% bar, I wouldn't mind it being a 75% bar in Classic if they do go with the same method. There should be more answers, I think. I'm going to say no to this, however. If they're just trying to make it super fast, super easy, probably not. Do you know why? At the end of the day, this is an MMO. You're not supposed to beat it in a day. This is not fucking League of Legends. Welcome in, do your CS, get 5 kills, buy your Bloodthirst Blade, leave the game, and you have to redo that all over again. This is an MMO. You get to keep the progression, keep whatever you grind it for, and I think that matters, and it shouldn't be too fast in an MMO. How do you feel about adding transmog to Classic? Okay, now this is something that I have been the only one that is very positive about, and I'll explain. And it's okay if we have different opinions, guys. We're all mature adults and everybody can have different opinions, okay? Here we go. Back then when I played Classic WoW and I saw somebody with the full Nax gear, full Bloodfang gear, I was like, wow, these guys are cool. They got these gears. Awesome, right? Coming to 2019 or anniversary, We all look like Power Rangers, and I always bring this up. You go to Stormwind, when Molten Core comes out, everyone looks like this. Everyone looks the same. Everyone looks the same. Where's a good picture, man? Everybody looks the same, man. I would rather have it where if you unlock the gear and you're level 60, you should be able to, you know, mix it up. I like it personally. And another reason why I really like it is because for the people that's done rank 14, I like my rank 14 gear. And I want to wear that. I want to rock it proudly. I spent 3 months, 20 hours every day. The 2019 version, of course, not the AV one, the anniversary, the loser one, of course. Actually, I shouldn't say loser. You guys still committed in 3 months, okay? I want to use that, but I can't. In PvE, for the people that actually parse, you know that the Knight Lieutenant gear, the 2-set gives you attack power, where the Grand Marshal one 4-piece gives you the attack power, 2-piece gives you stamina. It's like I can't even use the rank 14 gear I grinded for. What was the freaking point, right? I want to use the gear that I farmed for. So yes, we have our differences here. This is probably the first difference I'm saying, but I like this. And here, I'll say one more thing before we move on. The PvPers are pussies, okay? They're like, I want to see what gear they have when I fight them because I'm a pussy and I only want to kill people that have green gear, like that one rogue that makes shorts. You know what I mean? It's like, you're that pathetic, you have to pick and choose what you kill. I like to fight anyone. I like to fight anyone. You know what I mean? I don't have to go pick and choose, cherry picking who I want to kill, man. I'm with transmogs, guys, okay? You get where I'm coming from. Anyways, okay, for the guy that's saying L, I want to see what the reason is. Big. Let's talk about it. I really want to see. Tell me why it's an L, Mr. Big Frog. If you say something good, I will agree with you. But I just want to hear it. I just want to hear it. I want to see why you're saying visual progression is important. You're right, but I fucking unlocked it. I achieved it. I earned it. Why can't I wear it? Why can't I wear it? If I did my hard work and I unlocked it, why can't I wear it? Just part of classic. This is becoming retail. No, it's not. No, it's not. Everything I've said, all these, that is not retail. I told you I don't want Mythic Plus. I don't want harder things. Like, it's not. That's the best answer you give me. I need a better answer for me to agree with you. And if you could convince me, I will switch over. I just want to see who has like a valid take. L take, I can come. Okay, Flood, go ahead, sir. I'm listening. Because the only take that I keep getting is like, when I PvP, I want to fight what they're wearing. But that is the most pussy action ever. You're just killing guys in greens. If they have full nags, you run away like a coward. I think if you're a true PvPer, you should be able to fight anything and take on any challenge and be a cowboy and fight it out. I'll also say this. I don't want it to be retail where level 1s could transmog into bluffing. That's not what I'm saying. If one character got to level 60, achieved rank 14 gear, I would like to have a rank 14 gear. You know what I mean? I want to put that on. And if I get next year, I still want my rank 14 appearance on it because I worked hard for that. Still waiting. No reply. Anyways, like I said, we got some boomers in here. We got some new people in here. That was just a difference that I wanted to make, saying, you know, we're all adults. We could have our different opinions, but we don't have to have a war or want to kill each other over it. That's just my take on the transmog. Because when I play classic WoW, everyone looks the same, and Molten Core is not hard. Like BWO, you got Bloodfang. it's not hard. I know some people want to flex that they got it and they want to be the only one that have it, but it's like, okay, you unlocked it, you should be able to transmog it. Is what I'm trying to say. I actually don't see any good arguments, I feel like. When you get new shoulder without transmog versus when you get shoulders without transmog, the feeling is 10 times better without. Am I reading this right? When you get shoulder without transmog versus when you get new shoulder without transmog, the feeling is 10 times better. But you get that feeling anyways. No? Do you need me to explain it? When you're leveling in Classic WoW and you get a shoulder, you go like, holy shit, I finally got a shoulder. I love getting shoulder because shoulder piece and head piece in Classic WoW, you need to be a little bit higher to get, right? But when you unlock it, you've already got it, so why can't you use it again? You need to unlock it. You don't just transmog it right off the rip. You don't do that. You don't even wear full stat as Biz, so it would look like a Giga Clown. Yes, everybody looks like a clown, yes. This 100%. Transmog is death of classic silhouette in a version of game built on social prestige. Being able to see exactly what gear someone has earned just by looking at them is the core of the reward. Yes, you said exactly what I said. Ready? I did rank 14. I unlocked it. I should be able to use that appearance. Not everyone's gonna have that. You still need to achieve it. You still need to get it. What, you think just unlocking transmog means everybody could look and have that? No, they still need to put their work into it to get it, to be able to do it. Anyways, guys, I think we should move on. We've been on this question for a while, and we have a whole list, and I need to do BWMC soon with Zarya and Ambi. I'll read one more question. There's a lot of voices. I can't pick which one. Transmog will be only enabled for older expansion. For example, you play TBC, you can only collect vanilla mod, create repeatable older raid, dead space between raid. We're talking about classic plus here. I'm starting to think your chat has no idea how transmog works. I think so too. Which is fucking crazy. The issue is the way it will mess up loot. Need roll for Mog. This is a bad argument. It could happen, you're right. But like I said, if I get rank 14 gear, or if I want next year, right? If you're in a good guild, this doesn't even happen, man. If you got Thunder Fury, you want to use that shit. Yes! Pick my question? Okay, let me see. L transmog, everyone should look like a clown in 5 polygon, same looking armor. That's what I'm gonna fight for at my game. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, oh, you need to earn it. Dude, everyone looks the fucking same. What are we talking about? Everyone can get everything in Classic WoW. We all look the fucking same, guys. We look all the same. MC comes out, every rogue is a Night Slayer. BW comes out, everyone's in Bloodfang. What if AQ gear comes out and I want to be in rank 14 gear, you know? Pull me up. Okay. I think the problem there is lack of horizontal biz gear. Transmog only subs the symptom suffix. I think the problem there is lack of horizontal biz gear. Transmog only subs symptom. I need more than that. I'm not sure what you're saying. The thing is, if they add like achievements and say there's a tower for each class, and if you kill this guy, you get like a cool cape, kind of like OSRS, right? And if I could mog that cape, people will know that we've done this crazy achievement, right? And when people are like, oh, transmog's bad, it's like, no, motherfucker, you achieved the hardest thing in the game. Won't you want to show that? It's kind of like mounts too, where everyone likes riding the tiger because it's so rare, right? But the tiger is literally a transmog where it has the same speed, but it has a different appearance. And people want to stand out and have that mount because it's that rare and cool. If you could have a cape that you get from a tower, that you could put it on your back and show that you earned it, not just a slash roll hitting a pinata, like actual hard earned, and you could transmog that to be your cloak, people would want that. People would want that. You're making so much sense for the anti-mog crowd. I think I am. I think that last thing I just said makes a lot of sense if you really, really understand what I'm talking about. I'm actually totally up for transmogs now. Thank you, sir. No mogs. Okay, last one. I want to see why you say no. I want to say why you say no, Plop. If you could give me like a really good explanation, I will agree with you. I feel like I haven't got a good take so far. This guy keeps getting baited. No, these guys are for real, and I feel like I made a good point with that last one. They don't say anything when I pick them. What the fuck? All right, I'm moving on, dude. Every time I pick, they don't say anything. They freeze. They're like, I wasn't prepared. I just wanted to say L take. All right. Should a separate collection inventory be implemented? Toys/mounts. Yes, I would like a different tab for toys and mounts. And guess what? The hashtag no changes, people are gonna say, no, I want to fill my bag up and waste all my bag space, but I still want those toys, but I'm gonna fill it up. Fuck that. I want a different tab for the toys and mounts. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Should Classic allow GDKPs? I like GDKPs. It's free gold. It gives you a good reason to go raid. Is it bad? I think it's only bad here. Fuck, dude. It's only bad if it's unethical gold. When we spoke about this, if it's hard-earned gold that you farmed organically and you do a GDKP, yes. But if it's people that bought it, that's where it lines up. I'm curious what everyone says about it. Biggest L take. Oh my goodness. You're so unethical. You know it's unethical.
Going to be so much fun running into people in world PvP in full tier gear while transmogged to look like garbage gear. Would personally ruin my immersion. PPC.
And I talked about that already. I don't want PvPers to be a pussy and only cherry pick killing green people. You should fight anyone. I think it's way cooler that way. I think it's way more badass. GDKP, yes. Giving streamer free gold, no. Yes, exactly. He said it backwards. I think that's still fine. But we're moving on. We talked about it too much about that. Here's why I think Classic Plus GDKP is okay. Ready? I'll give it my take here. I'm getting fried a little bit. We've been speaking and yapping so much. Okay. When GDKPs are allowed, people hated it because it encouraged people with gold buying, right? But that's another problem where people like Soda is a good example, and I don't want to put him on the spot, but I have to, okay? These guys talk about, oh, ban all these bots, get rid of all these gold buyers, but then He's the one that buying it. And why do these bots exist? Because people buy gold. And I'm sure I'm looking at a few of you guys right now where you guys buy gold. Like, these guys only exist because you guys buy gold. If everybody didn't want it, these bots wouldn't even exist. And we could have ethical GDKPs where people farm it themselves. You know what I mean? There's so many people that are like, oh, bots are ruining our game. Look at all these bots running around. And then they're the same people that buy the gold. It's like, what the fuck? Are you guys serious? Hypocrites, you know? Hypocrites. Me, never. Ethical GDKPs? Pull me up. Let me see. I'm pulling you up. I feel represented on this stream as an exotic dancer. Bro, I'm never pulling you up. Every time I pull up someone, they have the stupidest take in the whole wide world. Here's why I will say yes to GJKP, and you could agree with me or not agree with me, okay? If you played in anniversary old servers or era servers, and you're trying to raid and you're trying to buy consumables, it's really hard. And for the people that actually want to continue playing the game and continuously raid, you need to bring consumables, right? You need to be prepped up. And it allows it where new people come in, and if they farmed, is where the borderline is, and I get it, right? But it makes it where raiders keep coming to raid, and the people that want gear could gear up. And in a way, like the old raid, people return to it, and new people have a chance to get the gear in the older raid, because if they didn't have this, no one would do the old raid, I feel like. Why would they? But that's where the borderline is. It's like, is that gold farmed ethically or not? I want to see a poll. Let's see a poll. I don't want any of you guys to agree with me. I want you guys to give me like your general take, okay? Or your honesty. G-Day KP. Yes, G-Day KP. No G-Day KP. I'm also curious how many people have done G-Day KPs or not. I've only done 2 of them in EU, and it was a good experience. It was either I get loot from slash rolling, or if I don't get the loot, I just get gold, and everybody wins in the raid, right? And I was like, damn, I could raid and parse and get money? That's kind of nice, you know? But I want you to give me your own. I didn't even GDKP a lot, guys. That's the thing. But I was like, wait, this is kind of cool, right? Where all these Giga Chats show up and pump. That being said, I'm not a gold buying enjoyer, okay? And I'm against it where I say these guys only exist because people buy the gold, right? I want to see what you guys say. 2-minute poll. Here we go. Never done them, was originally against them, but now I played the game and actually farmed my own gold and have multiple alts. I would have raided on alts for a chance for more gold / loot. You have a pretty strong stance on something you say you never really done then? Because I see the point, and I see a lot of the classic era players wanting it. I would agree with you if I didn't think most KPs were unethical. In the theory it's fine, but in practice it sucks because folks get lazy and buy. That is why I like GTKP, so I can just play and get
Thanks
the gold
for all
and
the
loot.
great content. W Community Savix love.
Yo, much love, Mr. Dafu, for the 1 whole year. Appreciate it, my man. Classic is very expensive. You can't afford at comfortable endgame with $3. Adage. It incentivizes old content, but I still rather have curio system where you could turn. I do like the token system in SOD. But now that GTKPs are banned, what did it do? People are still buying unless alts are raiding. Yeah. The thing I'll say about GDKP Savix is that there's more active raids if you look at the stats. Now for the amount of raids, it's a lot of... Yes, and I know for a fact that there's not a lot of raiders. Especially in Classic that I replay, not a lot of people get to experience the raid. So they might not know this topic too well too. GDKP is great in theory, but in practice encourages gold buying. Every major game has bot cheating issue. It's an extremely complex problem to solve. Every time you do a move against them, they also do a move. It's a never unending battle. Yes, and I'm aware of that. And I always defend Blizzard saying they do actually try to battle these out, where people say Blizzard doesn't care anymore, right? Kitty. Yeah, my kitty's really loving it. Okay. I see it, guys. I see everyone's points. Maybe you guys are changing my perspective too, but I'm still on the fence on this one, I guess. When are you going to get a big jar? I have a big jar. Okay, let's move on then, shall we? I will say no opinion on this one. First one. Should Classic Plus allow GDKPs? Dude, if it's ethical, I feel like yes. I'm still going with it. If it's ethical, I feel like it. If they could ban all the bots and gold buyers, if it was all illegal, and if it's hard-earned gold, and they want to do it, I'm gonna fucking say yes. Boo? Why boo? I'm gonna go with it, I think. Because in my head, it's like, people buy gear in auction house with gold, right? And in OSRS, if like a T-bow drops, they put it in the auction house and they buy it. It's almost the same form as GDKP in a way, where they just buy the item, right? If it's hard-earned gold and they could get rid of all the bots and the gold buyers, and people are buying the item in an old raid that could be spread out amongst the raiders for coming, like, what would be a good reason for like a juiced out gigabiz gear player from Nax to go to MC, right? Maybe get a few golden coins. So I'll go with that. If you guys think it's an L, that's fine. If you guys think it's a W, that's fine too. But it's just my opinion, and everybody can make different opinions and different thoughts, right? Should the level cap ever be increased from 60? No. Should Classic Plus have a new zone? No. Keep the original zone and just expand on them. Yes, I like Classic WoW. I want it to be the same map. I think that's nice. And Mr. Zod, thank you for the prime. If yes, where in Azeroth or beyond would be okay for you? Would be okay with you for the zone to be? Only on the main 2 continent. Anywhere on Azeroth. Anywhere on Azeroth. And any other planet. Dimension is fine. Outland Draenor. I think this is like a gray area. I would like it like in the classic WoW map. Maybe we like go on a boat, sail out, there's like a new island. It could be the same as going to a different portal, but it just sounds better when it's all on the same map. I like that. Maybe in the future, if we have too many islands, we can start thinking about it, but we're not going to get there until like 10 years, right? Should new content be added for leveling? Quests, low-level zone dungeons. I want them to start out with the new stuff if they want to add new stuff. I wouldn't want them to add it in a future patch. Depends, actually. But I don't want it like retail where you could go to like 10 other areas to level up. Now they removed level cap and you can level up anywhere you want. I fucking hate that. I like when we all get to experience the same round of trips we have. Kind of like going to Dead Mines, SM, working towards ST. Like, I like that. I don't want it where you could go like everywhere. That being said, is this saying like in the new patches they should add new stuff, or is it just starting with it? Should new content be added for leveling quests, low level zone, and dungeons? Yeah, if it's from the beginning, I wouldn't mind that. Should leveling be sped up? No, the leveling pace is actually great. Yes, but maybe not at launch. Speed it across the board. Leveling is boring. I'd rather have my characters boosted. I wish there was an answer where it would say what my thoughts are. And let me explain. 1 through 60 is super fun. The leveling journey is amazing. We've all done hardcore WoW. I leveled up so many characters to 60s, right? And I think we can all agree that level 43 to 47, that part feels really slow. In order to fix that, I think they could add more quests, maybe, in that zone. So I'll say the leveling pace is good. I wouldn't mind it being like maybe 10% smaller, because that 40 part takes a long time. But if they could add more quests, I'll say no to it. And they would have to do a really good job to balance that out. I think you guys all could agree the 40s is rough, right? The 40s is rough. But once you unlock like Ungoro Crater, like there's so many quests you could do. Like there's just some parts in Classic WoW where it feels really difficult to level. I think we could all agree on that, right? Yes, okay. That's good. Awesome. I do think the best part about Classic WoW is 1 through 30. I love 1 through 30. I don't know what it is. It's just fast. You get to all these dungeons. You get all these like shoulder upgrades, helmet upgrades along the way. It's really fun. But once you get to like 40, it's like, oh, it's kind of slow, you know? Should there be more class-specific quests? Yes, I love class-specific quests. But only unlock abilities / spell like warlocks and demons or priests. I want to say this because I want more than that. I think it would be cool if you're like a warrior and you get like a challenge as a warrior to go in this place and you have to kill all these guys by yourself solo. And if you do that, they give you a cool toy or item. I want more of that stuff. Kind of like Mage Tower, but for low levels. And if they could do it every 10 levels where you have this quest and it adds up, that'll be even more cool. Should there be more epic questline like Rock Dealer, Scepters? Yes. I mean, if they want to add more, why would we not want that? It's just more work for Blizzard. But yes, I would want more content for everyone. It's fun. These challenges are fun. Toy, is this retail? Have you played Season Discovery? If you play Season Discovery, if you play Classic WoW too, like people like the little toys. You can make like this leather ball and you can like bounce it off each other. And it's up to you. You don't have to get the toy, right? You don't have to. But I have to say toy because if I speak about transmog, the classic players get triggered, right? So yes, I'm gonna say toy this time. I will censor it down for you guys. You pressed no, did I? Yes, sorry, I meant to press yes.
At Savix, love you.
Yo, love you too, mister. Thank you for the 4-month. Which of the following best describes how you like to see the changes in Classic Plus to old raids? I prefer the old raid exactly how it is, easy. Tune them as needed for any change in player power, but keep the spirit of original. Add more complex difficulty, Seasons of Mastery, Season of Discovery for challenge. They make it sound like this is really hard, but it wasn't really hard. Do all the above, plus add new boss. I mean, this sounds incredible. Here's what I'll say. You guys heard me earlier say we don't want Mythic Plus, and I'm on the borderline of if we want Heroic or not, right? And I chose not because I don't want it to become like retail in that sense and manner. The beautiful thing about Classic WoW, again, is the fact that everyone gets to beat the content. Everyone could do rank 14. And I say everyone because all you need to do is just put time and effort and you'll get it. Whereas in retail, if you're trying to do arena and get rank 1, you need to be top 0.1%. And that not everyone can do. But if you could just play 3 months of rank 14 grind, you will get the rank 14 title, right? So that being said, I want Classic to stay in that fashion where people can achieve these things if they put effort in it. And I'm going to say I want a little bit more challenge to it. I think we can all agree Classic WoW bosses, at least for ZG, MC, BWL, kind of pinata, right? You just beat up the boss, you get loot. They don't have a lot of mechanics. I want them to add more things. However, I want them to add it in a way where it's like Mario Party. And some people will be like, no, don't make it harder. But come on, Mario Party, little 5-year-old nephews could play it and beat it. Like, just when the fire comes, just jump. When the boss slams, go behind the rocks. Like, it's fucking Mario Party. Kids could do it. You should be able to do it. You're smarter than a kid. You're an adult, right? So yes, I do think they should make it a little bit harder, but I'm not saying make it like retail WoW complex, okay? It's just give it some cool visual mechanics. I don't want no like count 10 buffs, subtract 2 buff. Like I don't like that retail stuff. But if it's like visual things like Ragnaros slams his hammer down, the rocks are falling down, there's shadows in the bottom, you move out of that. That stuff I like, okay? Yes, that stuff I like. Tune them as need for any change in player power, but keep the spirit of the original raid. I'm gonna say this, and it sounds difficult mechanic, but it's Season of Mastery and Discovery. Yeah, there needs to be more answers, I think. But this is the best one I could choose. This is the best one I could choose. Should there be new raids? Yes, but only stuff that already exists in the original. Yeah. I do think at some point they do need to add new things. And that's where it gets really hard, man. That's where it gets really hard. Because let's say Classic Plus exists for like 20 years. They have to add it in a way where it doesn't change the game dramatically. Right? It's tough. It's a tough battle that a lot of MMOs face. Because if it exists for such a long time, 20 years relax. Buddy, you say that, but you're in this channel, and what do we play? What have we been playing, guys? We've been playing the same fucking thing for 20 years! Yes, I know what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Should Classic Plus have new playable races? And if so, which of the following categories would be acceptable? Check all that applies. Any race from future expansion? No, I don't want no furry freaks in my game. Keep that shit out of my game. I want modern orc, zug, or elves and cool shit. No furries allowed. Stop. Stop. A new playable race that already exists in Azeroth. Yes, I want blood elves, I want goblins, I want ogres, I want all the badass stuff from Warcraft 2. And Warcraft 3. Alright, maybe we could have like one furry. We could have a worgen, guys. We have to. They exist in Ghanaias. We'll give them a little space, okay? You know what? You know what's fucked up? Guys, worgens are actually badass creatures, but you know who ruined it? I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I don't want to put you guys on blast, but these guys ruined it! You guys fucking sexualized my fucking cool worgens, man! Dude, they were cool back then! Alright, anyways, guys. Dude, it was cool, wasn't it? Dude, these guys that sexualize everything, they ruined it, man. Should Classic Plus have new classes? Yes, but only classes added, and I think this should be for like way future. Way future. I think if we add anything, no. We need to focus on the classes that already exist, the classes we love. We need to work on that and make that perfect before we even think about adding anything else. Should we have new classes? I would like it, but I would rather have them focus on the classes we already have. You get what I'm saying, guys? I would rather have what we have be more polished out, more fleshed out, and a better design. And I'm not saying make it crazy, dramatic changes. I'm speaking about like classes like Shadow Priests, Boomkins, Red Paladins. They're kind of dog water. The dog water classes, yes, I think they could tune it like tiny bit, very cautiously. like microsurgery, you know, like you got to be very careful with what you touch in Classic. Because once you give something and you take it away, people are going to get mad. So they got to be really careful. I would want new classes, yes. If they could make like a Death Knight or a Demon Hunter version of Classic WoW, cool. But would I trust them of doing a good job with it? No, I think we can all agree with that. So I'd rather have them focus on what we have right now. Should new race/class combo be added? No, the original combinations are iconic. Shut your bitch ass up. Yes, but only stuff within lore. Only stuff within lore. Yes. Do not make fucking holy cows. I hated that shit. Dude, Torrens being like a cow being holy. Oh my god, dude. Oh my goodness. Hated that shit. But people are gonna say it makes sense in lore because they are one with the spirit and the sun, whatnot. Fuck that, dude. Cows being paladins in my book. Allow any class. Here's what I'll say: in retail WoW, do that. At this point in retail WoW, just let anyone play anything they want, right? But in classic WoW, no. We're strict over here. We're racist, guys. And classic WoW. Yeah, I want it to be like, I want it to make sense, you know? I want it to make sense, guys. Yeah. I want it to make sense. Are you guys okay with that? I want to see what you guys want to say. Yes, yes. Okay, okay. Should the Horde have Paladin? Alliance have Shaman? I'm gonna say yes to this. I'm gonna say yes to this. As long as it's on the right races, it should be. Yeah. And this might be a really, really crazy take here, okay? But it's not. I'll explain, guys. I think undead should have paladins instead of Taurens. If they give Tauren paladins, I will be so pissed for the rest of my life. And people that say, no, undeads can't have paladin. Bro, there's holy priests. There's disc priests. It works. And it actually makes sense lore-wise, because if you play World of Warcraft and you're a true WoW fan, and you've been to Northrend, and you fought against the Scourge, there are undead paladins that are fighting still, and their abilities are all changed. Instead of Hammer of Justice, it's Hammer of Injustice. It's like a undead paladin version, and it's so cool, and it works lore-wise. They died fighting up there as a paladin, and they're like an undead paladin. It's so cool. They actually exist. You could go fact check me and go fight them. I actually had a video on that too. There are undead paladins up there, guys. There are. There are. It makes sense. Should classes be reworked? New base abilities and spells, class role combination, etc. No, vanilla classes have distinct class fantasies that make each playthrough unique. Some quality of life add totems, recall, warlock summoning gate, combo point persistence would be nice, but don't fix what ain't broken. Some new abilities, modern ability rotation, red paladin, don't completely change it. Okay. Reworked. I feel like there should be one in the middle here. I think we're all like allergic to this word modernize ability rotation. People are automatically going to think retail and freak out because I know the WoW community very well. But I've mentioned it up here that classes like Shadow Priests, Druids, Red Paladins, Enhanced Shamans, they need like a little bit of tweak, right? It can't just be quality of life change. These guys need help, you know? There should be something in the middle. What's the right one to choose here, guys? I'm gonna let you guys answer this one. They need a bit of love, and we all know it, right? The third one's the best one? Okay. The classes, some of the classes need some love. Yeah. But like I said, microsurgery, like you can't go crazy on it. It has to be like, just don't complete yet. Okay, I think that's the best answer. Of the following, what is the most important change needed to raid buffs in Classic Plus? You may want to pick multiple, but only pick your biggest concern. Raid buffs should cost less mana. Raid buffs should no longer require reagents. Raid buffs should be single cast raid wide. Raid buffs should be combined so multiple classes can buff different things, like in Wrath of the Lich King. No, leave it as vanilla. I want it as vanilla, as crazy as that sounds. However, I would like it where paladin buffs last a little bit longer, maybe. I know with the symbols, you could have it last longer. Maybe cost a little bit less mana. I like the reagent. I think it's RP. I like when people have it. And it's annoying to have, but at the same time, it's nice because your partner might have extra and he's like, hey, I got you. And he trades it to you and you get to use it. I like that aspect of MMO. Like, oh shit, I don't have this anymore. Does anyone have it? And like other people give it. That part is cool. Do we just leave it as? I like the buffs. I think the RP of buff is cool. I like it. 30-minute like TBC. Less mana. I wouldn't mind the less mana. I was just trying to think like if we get a B res and our priest buffs the warrior, he has to be smart about his mana. Would it be cheating that it costs less mana at that point? Or is that fine? I guess it's still a skill issue whether they could buff and heal at the same time or not. Resist mascot. I wouldn't mind that. I'm just trying to see if this is too cheating or not. Priest buffs are expensive. Let's go with the less mana. I do think it's annoying after they buff, they need a drink. They buff, they need a drink. It is classic, but I'd rather have them cast heals or cast spells and then drink, because they're already gonna drink. Buffing to drink punishment, sure. Costs like a little bit less mana. I'm fine with that. Let's go with that. Should talent specialization be reworked? No, somewhat, but only with the light touch. Absolutely, I want to see some rework across the board. Here's what I'll say honestly, okay? If they could do a really good job of making everyone happy and make cool stuff, I would go with that. But I don't think they could ever do that. A lot of people are going to be mad at that. If they could do it right, I wouldn't mind the light touch. But I don't know if I could trust them. For now, let's just go with what we have. Is what I think I'll go with. Yeah, it's a dangerous topic. This is a really dangerous topic. Because let's say they lightly touch it. It depends on who touched it, right? It really does. If it's a guy that has no idea how to work on paladins, they touch it and they ruin it, and that stays the way it is forever, and people get used to that, and then they want to change that later, people will be pissed off. And they've done that across WoW so many times where so many of these developers, not everyone, some of them are super good and talented and they pour in love and effort and study the class very well and actually play the game and they did the right thing. But there's been so many cases where they do a rework and it feels like they're so out of touch, right? And I feel like some classes will become busted and some won't if they do this. It's a very tough one for me to answer. It's a very tough one. What do you guys think? Should we slightly touch it or not touch it at all? Savix has been on page 1 for our... Wait. This is not the end? There's more? Slightly? There's 10. What? Guys, I have to raid soon. Should new talent specialization be added for classes? You guys are lying. This is the end. You guys are lying. You guys are lying. Stop. Should new talent specialization be added for guardians rotation? Yeah, so limited to the stuff that concrete. Such a hard topic. Such a hard topic. I also don't want it where it's like SOD, where tank shamans are one-shotting everything and they're unkillable. That ruins the game for me. I know you guys are saying transmog ruins the game. These are the more important matters. Like, these are the more important matters. You know? We actually played throughout all the WoW stuff. Like, I don't want that. I really don't. I think they need to take it slow. I would love it. But I'm really afraid of them making it too powerful. And I don't know how many of them actually like play the game 24 hours like we do. We're kind of freaks. What do we think, guys? What do we think? I want the community's voice on this. Mage tank? No mage tank. Bro, mage healing to full health in SOD was so busted. It was so busted. Number 2, pick for yourself. I like picking for myself, but at the same time, I like your guys' voices. Unless I have a really strong stance on things, even if you guys like spam L or W, you guys see me do the other ones. But these ones, I like to hear what you guys think. Okay. I watched Ompi answer this question, and he was all about making everything harder, like Metapod. Okay, bro. Should every specialization be competitive in both PvE and PvP? Should every specialization be competitive in both PvE and PvP? Yes, every spec should be viable in all scenarios. Not in most cases, but vanilla hybrid classes don't perform well in PvE outside of healing. Those classes could use a bit of love. No, not every spec needs to be perfectly raid/PvE viable. Tuning for PvE balance could break PvP, vice versa. I guess I'm having deeper thoughts into these because, yes, I did play WoW for 20 years. And knowing Blizzard, every time they make a change for PvP, PvE players cry. Every time they make a change for PvE, PvP players cry. That's why there's like a complete different system where like quotations. This only is 20% stronger in PvP. This is only stronger in PvP or PvE. And then they have like a list of hidden layers. Like in the talent, it says 20% increased damage, but there's like hidden layers that's not written on there. You have to look it up in the WoW head, where it's like nerfed 50% in PvP. And it's like, oh man, it gets too complicated, right? It gets too complicated. And I guess that's where I'm like trying to do all the math from looking at all the histories of how WoW went through. But in a perfect world, I would choose that. If they could do it perfectly. Ooh. It's the same in OSRS? Okay. Yeah, it's really hard. And there's people that enjoy both. There's people that only enjoys PvE. There's people only enjoy PvP. And it's so hard to make them both happy. Very, very hard. Should dual specialization be important? Yes, 100%. Dual spec, right? Dual spec is needed. I like dual spec. Should new profession be added? Yes, no, original is fine. Yes, new profession sounds awesome. You know what I want? I want where we could have 2 gathering and 2 crafting. I almost want to say make it like OSRs where we could level up everything, but I think 2-2 is fine. For this, I'm gonna say no. But I would want more gathering. I really want that. Especially in TBC right now, because I want to be jewel crafting and engineering. And I can't mine. Like, what is that? And there were some people saying like, oh no, if they allow 2 gathering and 2 profession, bots are gonna go crazy. It's like, no, it won't. Bots are not gonna be fucking crafting. They're just gonna gather. It's the two gather they gather, right? If it's 2 crafting, I don't think bots will be crafting, would they? I feel like everyone is JC. This is an MMO. It should be hard. No, they won't. I don't think it will cause a crazy bot system. I think 2 crafting and 2 gathering should be legal. I hate dual spec. It allows OPPV class to have their cake and eat it too. In open world, you should be punished in some way. Yeah, punish them, huh? For being able to spec sub and stun people to death while having dual vanish, dual blind. See, I don't want to put you on blast, but you don't have a clue what you're talking about because in TBC, we do not have double blind. If we press prep, we can't blind twice. You can only blind once. And for me to switch to combat would be a throw as a rogue. I would never, ever, ever go from subtlety to combat. It doesn't make sense. I would just say subtlety forever. But I will say this, Mr. Bazooka. I will say this, okay? I think they could make it where we can only change our spec in a rested area. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. Should professions be updated to have more endgame relevance, e.g., new recipe, etc.? Profession be updated to have more endgame relevance. This is tough because let's say they add something crazy for enchanters where they get like a little sparkle dust. And if you use the sparkle dust, it boosts your stats by 10, everything 10. Then everyone's going to be wanting to be a sparkle dust enjoyer, right? It's kind of the similar concept of engineering right now where everyone wants to have sappers, right? Maybe make it where they could have a stronger version and they could sell a weaker version. Kind of like engineering where you could sell dynamites and you could use it without having engineering, but then you could use a stronger one when you have engineering. Should it be like that? I respect your take and you are in the majority. Of course, Mr. Bazooka. I did not mean any disrespect. I just wanted to correct that PvP statement. Like JC and DBC. Yes. Does each patch have a slightly stronger enchant or food, etc.? If you give everyone all proof, then it wouldn't be a problem. That is very true. Kind of like OSRS. That's true. Let people sell real sap or everyone will be NG. It would kill trading. I don't think it would kill trading. I think there's lazy people that don't ever want to touch professions. And RuneScape is a perfect example because everybody works for that 99, but people still buy and trade every single day. Every single day. No, don't change professions. Yes, make profession relevant. I like the sound of making it relevant. Maybe like a little bit. No crazy stuff. Like from this whole survey, I really want them to know that I want them to take small steps and small changes No big boom changes that completely change how the game works. Right? That's where I'm going at. All right, is that it? Woo! That was one survey? Okay, we have to do these like tomorrow. We have to. I can't. I just feel like I took a fucking exam in college. Holy moly. Here's what. We'll do these tomorrow, guys. Well, actually, I'm not streaming tomorrow. I'll do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay? Yeah, each day we could do one. Yes. Dude, comics is so good. Guys, W's in the chat for comics. I wouldn't be here without all of you guys, obviously. Thank you for showing up, enjoying the content. And even if we have our differences, we could still be a good man and share love and speak for ourselves. I love that. That being said, my team has been killing it. I want you guys to check out... What the heck? I typed Savix Play. Guys, I'm getting overthrown. Who is this? No, I spelled it wrong. Guys, check these content out. Comics has been cooking thumbnails and videos. It's been great. The edits are on fire. I'm going to link the channel for you guys. Make sure to follow it. If you miss our videos, we're going to be posting everything there. And it's going to get even better. We're only going to win. W's in the chat. We're here together.